What are the questions do you guys or gals have about menswear? A lot of questions have come through social media about what is going on in menswear, what is in menswear fashion, and we are going to answer questions that you presented to us from our magical box of fashion. But before we do that, don't forget to go onto social media and tell us how we're doing and some of your comments in the links and descriptions below.
So let's get started, Chuck.
Okay. Oh, uh-oh. Christian, what the hell is this?
Is this the magical box?
Are we going to answer the same one, or what do you want us to do here? Same one? Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Daryl. Read that one.
What kind of outfit should a guy wear to a wedding as a guest?
You want me to do that, or you want to do it first?
I'll go first.
All right.
First of all, it depends on the type of wedding. Black tie wedding means black tie, penguin suit, black tuxedo, white shirt, all the trimmings. If the invitation says formal, then you can vary it up with a dinner jacket, but still you want the tuxedo look. If it's a little too much out of your price range, then you want to go with a black suit. If it says semi-formal, then you can wear a suit, but you always want to be erring on the side of formality. Always. Now, if it's a casual wedding, use your best judgment. But I always tell my customers to respect the event and dress well. Because, you can wear casual stuff everywhere else. But on someone else's special day, show respect for the special day. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. The only thing I would say, for today's weddings, a lot of the grooms today are wearing suits because they want to make sure that perhaps they'll have that suit for another occasion. They're usually going to go dark and dressy, white shirt, blue shirt, and the question is a good one. I think if it is semi-formal, as Daryl said, I think a nice dark and dressy suit is the way to go. I always wear a suit to a wedding, no matter if it is a casual occasion. It might just be a little bit more of a casual fabric, but again, it's still going to be a top. It's still going to be a bottom because I think, as Daryl said, it's the respect to the wedding and the wedding party, and you want to look your best. So again, if it is, as Daryl said, if it's black tie, you're going to wear a black tie. It's going to be black with a formal tie and dress shoes, and I think that would cover it. Okay, I'm gonna reach in here to this damn box here. I hope they're big enough so I don't have to put my glasses on here. What should men care about? Well, why should men care about the way they look? I love that question, and that's a great question. You should care about the way you look because you should care. The reason that Daryl and I are in business today is about really looking your best. And if you look your best, we always say, you're going to feel the best. Take a little bit more time in the morning to be thoughtful about what you want to wear. So many times guys don't really know what to wear, how to put it together. That's why people like us are here to help you style these types of things. But, but this is really not about style. This is really about caring and looking the best that you can, from a great fabric to a great fit to the way that you groom yourself. It's just you paying attention to detail, because if you pay attention, it's more than likely other people are going to pay attention to you as well. And it takes an extra 10 minutes for you to look good in the morning. And believe me, as Daryl had said on a different podcast, people are going to notice and they're going to pay you a compliment. But I mean, this is what we do for a living, so we're very passionate about that. Daryl, what are you thinking?
Everything Chuck said is very true. One of my prior jobs was working in the delicatessen in a grocery store, and I've always loved fashion. So if I walked into the store on my off day, dressed in nice slacks and a shirt, my coworkers would walk right by me and not even speak, because they didn't realize that it was me, because they're so used to seeing me in the grocery store uniform. And it's like a double take. Oh wow, Daryl, where are you going? I'm nowhere. I just came to the grocery. Well, why are you dressed up? I'm not dressed up. I've got on some nice slacks or some nice jeans with a crease. It's so easy.
Right.
It's the look,
Yeah.
and it's the attention to detail is the point that we're trying to hit
But the
home
thought
here.
that you put into it, that's the look
Right.
that you care for, and that's the look you care to portray. And there's nothing wrong with that. But again, you're paying attention to make you feel good.
It
And
shows how you feel about
Right.
yourself.
it's that little extra effort. Okay.
All right, let's try this again. What are some fashion trends that drive you crazy? Well, at our age, there's a hell of a lot of them. Bell bottoms for one. Let's see.
Well, I got one that when
You go
want me
ahead.
to-
You jump in.
I'll tell you the thing that drives me crazy when I see guys coming in here wearing pleats. Pleats, just so you know, world, they're gone. Unless you're living in Europe or you're in Milan or you're on a runway and it's a little tiny pleat, it's okay. But guys sometimes wear pleats because they're maybe a bigger guy because they feel that they're comfortable. That's horseshit. Pleats are out of fashion, as Daryl was getting into. Bell bottoms, out of fashion. These are a few of the things that just drive me crazy. Some of the way that listen, I don't even like the way that guys wear their shirt tails out. I hate this Untuck It, and I'm sure if the guys from Untuck It are listening, they're probably going to give me a nice comment at the bottom here, but I don't really care. I like a shirt tail tucked in. It's a clean look. You don't have to have a clothing business to say that, but I mean, I hate that untucked trend. Between that and pleats, the two things that drive me crazy, those are it. Daryl, was it bell bottoms for you?
Yeah, and I'm going to piggyback on the whole pleat issue.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys out there that are a little up in age, a little more conservative in their look, and they've gotten used to pleats because pleats have stayed around a long time. Don't worry about that. I tell people all the time, if you're used to wearing pleats, let me put you in a nice flat front. The first thing it's going to do, it's going to trim off about 10 pounds instantly. The second thing is the fit. You're used to the more comfortable fit of a fuller pant. I'm going to take you up a size, taking the waist and seat so that it feels good at the waist and seat, give you a trimmer look, and you're off and running.
Listen, that's a great point. I mean, I was a little bit more direct than Daryl, but let me be clear on camera. If you want to buy a pleat, we'll sell you one. We don't mind. I mean, there's some beautiful Italian pleated pants out there from the best Italian makers, and it's just a matter of how you wear it. But as a trend today in America, you can't buy a pleat in our store today. But those are the few things that drive us a little crazy. Okay. Okay, can you mix different patterns on the same outfit? I could talk about this for days. So, Daryl, let me start on this one here. So,
Folks.
This is probably the most asked question in the world today. And the reason that clothing stores like where Daryl and I are today exist is because this is called styling, guys, and I'm not trying to degrade anybody because most guys don't know this, but we talk about this all the time. It is perfectly fine to mix your patterns, whether it's the pant and the shirt, it's the tie and the shirt, it's okay. I'm wearing a striped shirt, you really can't see it, with a solid vest, but I've got a shadow stripe with a pair of plaid pants on today. And the rule of thumb is, for me, you can mix your patterns as long as the patterns aren't these gigantic patterns. And you want to take the patterns, so the patterns you want to start a little bit small, okay? And then the color has a lot to do with the way you mix your patterns today. So if you have a blue striped shirt and you've got a blue small pattern pant, it's probably going to work. But stylists and people like Daryl and I, we can help you with that. But it's plenty in fashion to mix your patterns. As a matter of fact, we encourage it, because therefore you've taken a lot of thought and care, or somebody's helped you with your wardrobe to be able to mix your patterns today. And it's a great question, and we get it all the time. And I hope I'm clear. Daryl, what are your thoughts there?
And I agree, and it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult to determine which pattern is going to go with which pattern. It's not an easy task.
But the color thing, is you agree with that?
The color thing is
we'll work
easier.
Yeah.
Size of the pattern matters, and when you're in doubt, you can always start with a solid color dress slack, a printed shirt, and a jacket with some type of color or print to it. That's normally the safer route. Chuck and I have been doing this for years. We know we can wear a patterned pant with a patterned shirt. We know what we can do and what we can't do. If it doesn't look right, we know when we look in the mirror. We don't like the look, and we'll change it to a different pattern, because some of it is trial and error.
Yeah, but I mean, listen. Let me give you a quick, great example. Look at what Daryl's wearing today. He's got a patterned jacket on with some kind of like a light brown with a little gray with a little blue. He's got a striped shirt on with white, light tan, and blue. He's got a bright blue ascot with a little bit of gold fleck in there. And then he's got a pocket square with some orange and some white. And everything just works. Guys don't know this. A guy would never get up in the morning who's not in this business say, this is what I'm going to look like today. They need help. They have to have some trial and error. And as Daryl said, and rightly so, it's a difficult thing to do. But if you look at what he's wearing today, that's exactly the question that you're asking, and it's exactly what can be accomplished with a little bit of thought and a little bit of help.
And don't be frustrated. Most men are colorblind. Okay, we're trying this again. Is it my turn or your turn?
It's your turn.
Is nice clothing really worth the money? I can't.
Bought my BMW.
Yes. Yes, it is, because you get what you pay for, especially in the clothing industry.
Right.
Especially in the clothing industry. You have to remove yourself from the salesperson who just wants to sell you something. You have to do a little bit of work. You have to ask the right questions. A good salesperson will take the time to ask the questions. I mean, guys get into these thread count this and thread count that. In my opinion, unless you really, really know clothing, it doesn't matter. What you want is a quality garment that's made well by a quality vendor. Your salesperson's going to know that. And then the color scheme. Is it what you need? Is it what you want? Is it something that you can use? But quality speaks for itself. We'll stand behind our clothing because we know where our clothing comes from. We know how well it's made. We wear it. And you're going to look good wearing it.
And listen, I got a lot to say about this, so buckle up here. Listen, the nice clothing, there's no replacement for nice clothing. Nice clothing will last longer than you, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. If you think about, if you buy quality, as Daryl just said, it'll last longer than you. The fashion will hopefully stay in trend for a long time. Yes, you're going to spend a little bit more money, but that money's going to be exhausted way before the quality of that garment wears out. So if you buy a nice pair of wool pants, you could have those wool pants for 25 years. There's no issue. Now, you have to take care of them, and they should be hung, and they should be cleaned regularly. But I always say, and Daryl, you can chime in here, but I always say, if you buy a great fabric, it will tailor well. And if it tailors well, it's going to look good on you. And then hopefully the fashion will stay there. Not always. I mean, things go in and out of fashion. This is the men's business. I mean, the ladies' business, it goes out of fashion a lot sooner than this. But if you buy a great garment and your team can help you with that, your seller, your store, they'll know a good garment. If you come into a store like ours, I guarantee you, and this is what we do. we guarantee every product in this store for life. Now, how many people can say that? So what that says is, when you buy quality garments, you should have them for a long time. It's your decision whether how long you want to keep them, but they will last longer than you. And that's really, I mean, this is a really loaded question, but something I know we both feel passionate about, because this is what we do for a living. And I tell you, since I've had these businesses, I don't think I've had more than 2 garments come back in my whole tenure for quality. And that's what's so great about what we do. Style, yeah, somebody could question us on the style, but not about the quality. That's where you want to spend your money. As I said, that money will be well invested, and you'll get tons and tons of wear out of those quality garments. So again, good fabrics, they tailor well, they look well, make sure it fits, it'll last longer than you.
2 caveats.
Go ahead.
1, you got to stay the same size. And 2, you have to take care of the garment.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, those are absolutely things that are to do. Well, we hope you liked what you heard today. We love answering these questions. Keep the questions coming. Follow us on social media. So let us know what you think on social media. We'd love to hear your comments in the links below, and we'll see you next time.
We appreciate it.